Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estella.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crime. Well, how are you doing today? I don't know what the hell that was.
I am awesome because it finally rained.
Okay, y'all need to know something about Estella.
I think they already
No,
know.
wait. No. I'm going to tell them again.
Sí.
No, yo les voy a decir.
But
No, porque
they
tú
need
no
a
haces
refreshment.
caso. Tú no haces caso. Esta mujer is so obsessed with the fact that it's going to rain que todos los días me dice, girl, did you know it hasn't rained? It rains everywhere, pero aquí no llueve. And I'm like, okay, Estela,
No,
that's
wait, hold
okay.
on. I went into the office yesterday or whatever, and then in la mañana, everybody meets up in the break room because everybody's getting their coffee or whatever. And then one of another employee, he was talking to another employee, and he was like, and over there se miraba como que iba a llover, estaba nublado, blah, 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 blah. Empezó a llover. It was actually raining. And then one of the guys that were talking, he was like, I'm tired of the rain. He's like, it's been raining for a week and a half. I'm like, bitch, where?
No.
Not
She's
here.
like mad. Y entonces, like...
Porque se nubla y truena el cielo y relampaguea, but it doesn't rain.
¿Pero qué te importa?
Me importa.
¿Por qué?
Porque no llueve y yo quiero que llueva.
¿Para qué?
Para que makes me cozy.
No. So we went out to have coffee on Saturday. Y entonces, where we were at, if you're from
Estaba lloviendo.
Anywhere, you know, around here, que en un lado llueve, en otro no, right?
Yeah.
So she was upset.
I'm like, where's the rain?
Looking at the floor, a ver si estaba mojado. I'm like, Estela, you are taking it a little bit too far, but okay, whatever, girl, whatever.
Pero
yeah. So y'all need to know that she's obsessed with rain. She thinks she's a weather person y siempre está viendo a ver.
No, because the weather app does not know what it's talking about.
Oh, shit. Now, here we go.
Because it's like, oh, it's going to be sunny and cloudy. And it wasn't supposed to rain today, pero mira lo que está pasando afuera ahorita.
Yeah, pero ya sale el sol.
I don't know what sun you're talking about.
The one that I could see right now, it's orange.
That's yellow.
Wow. Okay. Anyhow. Thank you for asking. I've been doing well.
Did I ask? How are you?
You didn't, but that's what I'm saying.
Oh, how are you?
Doing well. I am in my...
No, you finally.
Finally. What the fuck? I'm finally in my sourdough journey.
Yeah.
So my sourdough starter's name is Jigglypuff. And...
it's Jigglypuffin.
It's Jigglypuffin, pero ayer como que se me quiso act up. Yeah, I wanted to act up.
No, I wanted to act down.
Act down, literally. And when I opened the thing, the jar, olía como a vomit, como con muerto, como...
Con patas.
Patas.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not right. And I'm like freaking out, but everywhere I read, they said it's normal. So I'm like, okay. So I've been watching it and I'm like taking pictures of it and, you know, pero ahorita ahí voy. A ver cómo me va today. Pero I don't know if I would eat the first loaf because I'll be scared to eat it.
Why?
Because I don't know if it's even working or not, but we'll see.
You'll be able to tell once you cut it. O como sale. O como huele.
O como huele, yeah. So let us know if anybody else is on their sourdough journey. Because my whole goal in life is to make jalapeno cheddar sourdough.
Yeah.
That's all I want. Oh, and then I saw another recipe for chorizo.
Con queso or something.
Con queso, yeah. So that is my lifelong dream. And that's what my strive is for.
My next one... one of my friends said if I can make a pumpkin-shaped one. And I was like, don't get crazy. I was like, no. But then I looked into it, and it's the same way that you already make it. You just buy twine. Y la tienes que, like,
that sounds hard. That sounds hard already. Pero, yeah, good luck with that. Pero all I want is chorizo with queso. And that's what I want. And then Estela said that if she would make it, she would eat it all by herself. And I'm like, you're fucking rude.
Yeah.
You are fucking rude.
I would make my first batch. It's because I never would expect the first batch que me salga bien. You know what I mean? It's like a test.
Yeah. Well, everyone that I've seen says que no, que won't.
Especially now when you're adding stuff, como que ya I'm like, whoa. Like,
wait, this is too much.
Can I do this?
I'm so freaked out.
Yeah.
But I've seen people make like strawberry cream and
blueberry
and all. La vez Taylor Swift dice que hace de blueberry con lemon y
yeah,
todo.
Que anda haciendo perfecting the funfetti one.
The funfetti
and I'm like, bro, that's hard.
No, I'm like, bro, let me get through this right now.
I'm just trying to. The only thing I add to mine is salt because I can't even add seeds yet because I don't know if I can do that. Yeah. I don't know if I want that.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want seeds? I don't know. But
yeah.
Anyway, today we are going to be discussing the murder of Arlis Perry. Which, by the way, the more that I say that name, I kind of like it.
Arlis?
Arlis.
Okay.
Arlis.
Is it a woman or a man?
It's a woman.
Okay.
And I know that in the past 2 episodes, we've been in college towns. For some reason, I ended up with the college town. También.
So this is like our 4th one.
So then basically, guess what? This is the month of college murders or college area murders. That's what we're going to call it.
Okay.
So today we will be going to Palo Alto, California.
Okay.
But it's not Palo Alto. So it's a subdivision of Palo Alto where she was actually murdered. And it's actually at Stanford, California, where Stanford University is at.
That's his own city or something?
They have their own city.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
So we're going to Stanford, California. So first of all, as we know, I love California. So if you'd like to come with us to California, go ahead and grab your casitos.
And let's get started.
So that's one of the things, the
fun random
interesting facts, because I was like, I need to find something that is not like, this is a college town, you know? Pero,
Standard is here.
Pero I'm going to tell you something that the Stanford,
Not me saying standard instead of Stanford.
Stanford, California.
Yeah.
Is actually, hold on. It's not a city. Stanford isn't its own city, but an unincorporated community in Santa Clara County. Most people mean the Stanford University campus when they say Stanford.
Right.
But it's known, and it is their own city, Stanford. Not city, pero unidentified area, Stanford, California.
A community?
Community, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm going to tell you something, fun, random, interesting fact. I try to stay away from the whole...
It was created or it was named in 1879.
So Stanford mascot is not an animal, but a tree.
What?
And now that I think about it, oh shit, my bad. Now that I think about it, it is a tree. It's like a pine thingy. So it's representing El Palo Alto, a historic redwood in Palo Alto. The marching band is also famously quirkily and unconventionally known as Nerd Nation.
Nerd?
Nerd.
Oh, nerd. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Another thing is that Stanford averages about 260, in between 260 and 300 days of sunshine a year.
Good for them. That's too much.
Mild winters, making it is a favorite,
What is considered a mild winter? What, like 60s?
60s, yeah.
Like here?
Like 50, yeah. Mm-hmm. So the last one that I have is that it was actually founded in memory of a child. Oh. So it was built by Leland and Jane Stanford after their only son, Leland Jr., died of typhoid fever at the age of 15 in 1884.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Not the typhoid fever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The typhoid fever.
Have you heard of typhoid Mary?
No. It sounds like...
She was spreading it around.
What spreading what?
The typhoid fever.
Oh, shit. No,
she was like no quería ser sirvienta, pero she was like trabajaba.
A domestic
employee.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And people were dying and shit, and she's like, it's not me.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Like that. Remember that case that I covered or that we covered a while ago? Que it was the nurse y que andaba matando los niños y decía que no era ella. She's like, it wasn't me, and she was killing all of these babies, and it was like, bitch, it was you.
Yeah, people are not well, and they have not been well for a long time.
So we're going to Stanford, but first of all, we're going to get to know a little bit about Arlis. Her name is Arlis K. Perry. She was actually born Arlis K. Dykema. So it's Dykema. Dykema? I don't know, but I'm sorry.
It sounds
Mr.
like you're
and Mrs.
saying it
Dykema.
right to me.
I don't know. But anyway, she was born on February 22nd of 1955 in Linton, North Dakota. Okay. Why every time I say North Dakota, I want to say North Dakota? Like, I don't know.
What?
I don't know why.
Do they even have an accent?
I don't know, but I'm sorry.
You sound Irish.
I'm so sorry.
Say it again?
North Dakota. Like, I'm sorry.
It kind of sounds like Mario, kind of like you're saying it with...
Super Mario. Like, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
I wonder if they have an accent.
I don't know.
Like a dialect. Diferente.
I don't know.
That's why. I don't know what you got that
I
from.
don't know if you've ever seen like on TikTok, tienen una Midwestern, they have a Midwestern like lady and she makes like salads.
Okay.
And that's her thing. She's like, I make Midwestern salad. I don't know why I thought don't ask. Anyway, so she was born Arlis Kay, like I said, and to her parents, Marvin and Jean Dykema. She was the youngest child of 3, and her parents were very devout Christians. And when I say devout, like her whole life revolved around church.
And her religion.
And their religion. And she was very involved in her church, and her family was as well. So much so that when Arlis was about 8 years old, they moved to Bismarck. So Bismarck, North Carolina, where they joined the Bismarck. North Dakota, excuse me. See?
North Dakota.
So where they joined the Bismarck Community Church and owned a car dealership there.
Okay.
But literally, they were at church
outside of that
as much as possible.
Okay. Throughout the week and stuff.
Throughout the week, 2 or 3 times a week, and they were always there. Arlis and her siblings did have some time to spend outside of the church, and their parents were okay with them doing other extracurricular activities. So she was like a cheerleader, or but most
not everything had to revolve around the church.
No, pero most of it did, and also she was very basically she was spending as much time as she could at the church. Okay. So while she was in high school, she actually fell in love with Bruce Perry. So Bruce, he was like the jock of the school. Like everybody would have been like.
So he was like the jock and she was like the cheerleader and stuff.
Yeah. So this is who, if you were going to say who's going to be most likely to succeed, it was Bruce. Like
Really?
Yes. He was really smart and athletic and.
Got along with everybody.
He had like the dark hair and
he was
everything. Popular, yeah. So their love seemed to be together for a very long time. I mean, but
even after high school.
Yeah, even after high school, but everybody
in high school thinks they're gonna last forever.
Now Bruce was one of 4 children. Okay. Pero his father is a dentist in Bismarck. Okay. So, and like I said, Bruce was an athlete, so he ran track, and his dreams were set on that he was going to Stanford University. Okay. He wanted to become a doctor, to major in human biology. So he was just like, that's my calling. After graduating high school, Bruce did enroll into Stanford, and he got in. I don't know if maybe back then accepted. I don't know if it was a lot different from in the 70s
or as competitive,
but he did. And he moved to California, and he did leave Arlis behind. Okay. So at this time, they're 18 years old. Arlis vive en su casa. She's like, I'm here, I'm chilling. And
were they in the same grade?
No, I think that he was a little bit older than her.
Like a year or 2?
A year, yeah. So Arlis wanted to go to college también, so she started there at home. So she started going to the Bismarck Community College along with teaching Sunday school. Mm-hmm. And she also started working at Bruce's dad's dental office. Okay. And she was at the front desk. Okay. Yeah. So when Arlis is not working or at school, she's a missionary with her church. So she was at work, at school, at church.
God damn.
That was her deal. And she was helping also the church organize events and all of this stuff.
Busy bee.
She was busy. So obviously Bruce is being in college, and he's so far, and Arlis is in North Dakota. Anyway, it's not the best situation, right?
Yeah, so especially because, you say she's so busy, and I'm sure he's over here and he's so busy. Like, it's hard to maintain.
Like, you imagine like trying to study and get everything done.
And still talk to your girlfriend or vice versa,
exactly. So, but even though it's in the 70s, they made it work. I mean, they would write letters to each other and call, on the landline, a ver si estaba, that kind of thing. Because
it was the 70s, phones, right? Yeah.
So Bruce came back home after his freshman year at Stanford in the summer, and while being at home, he did ask Arlis to marry him. Oh, yeah. So Arlis's family was not very sure about that because she was at this point about 19 years old. Mm-hmm. So they're like, "Bruh,
you're a little bit young."
But they saw how happy she was, and
they had been together for a while. by now,
so they were like, "Okay, we're good with that." She accepted to marry Bruce, and they were both 19. The couple married on August the 17th of 1974. Okay. And their wedding ceremony was at Arlis's family church. After that, they spent about a week in a cabin con su honeymoon tú sabes, honeymoons. Y a cabin that was owned by Bruce's family.
Okay.
Now, in the fall, Bruce was like, hey, we got to go back. Y pues, you know what? Let's go. So ella se fue con él, and she did end up going back. So apparently Stanford has like an area that's designated for students that have a family. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have, it's called something quarters, but I couldn't find the exact name, and then I got lost.
Do you think it's still a thing now, or it was?
I don't know. Okay. But
back then it was.
Back then it was, yeah. So Arlis decided that she was going to switch schools and continue her education in California, and they moved into, like I said, the designated area together, and, everything was good. It was a big adjustment, though, for Arlis, because acuérdate, she was a busy bee, and she came from a small town and
she left everything that she had over there
exactly
to come over here and start over. But you're with your husband now,
But you're with your husband, and you're like, okay. But not only that, but she lived in the Dakotas.
Yeah.
And now she went to go live in
California.
In liberal California, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big change.
She was a little bit, I guess, more reserved. Y acá people were a little bit more open or out there.
Un poco más como free,
yeah.
And this was also in the middle of hippie times, 70s.
Yeah.
And not only that, but Bruce was very focused, like I said before, at his schoolwork, and he was not able to spend the time that she wished that he would with her once they got married. So, Bruce, and not only was he studying and becoming a doctor and all of these things, he was also working because he needed to provide for his wife now.
Yeah.
So Arlis was struggling with being alone and not knowing anyone. And she was, like I said, she was very active back home in the church and her community. And she was, this was a big, big change. So she even wrote, like, she would write letters to her family casi daily because she was like, I'm bored, I have nothing to do. Or like she would tell them, I'm so lonely, or, I miss my family, whatever it is. And then at one of the letters, she just said that she was lonely and that she wishes she could walk up to her neighbors and say, hey, do you want to be my friend?
Oh.
Yeah. But she did mention, hey, I'm leaving it to God. He's going to even provide me a friend, whatever it is.
Oh my God, I got deja vu.
What?
Like,
you know what deja vu means, right?
You have a mini stroke?
No, pendeja.
Oh, I thought that's like a thing people say.
What?
Yeah.
That you have a mini... Do you imagine how many mini strokes we would have in this world?
Hold on. I think that's what I heard one time.
No, that you made up in your head.
No. I swear.
That deja vu means...
I swear to Bob.
No, don't be swearing to Bob. Pero I heard that a deja vu means you're at the right place at the right time.
Oh, okay. Pero
nada que ver con lo que tú dices.
For what, though? Because I've been having a lot of random deja vus. So like when I'm driving and shit.
Okay, so you just had a mini stroke all these other
No,
times
it's too. Like your brain waves, something like that. If I look it up, I know what it was like on the History Channel or something.
Dude, that's okay. Whatever.
Okay, no, we're going to get back to that. And I'm going to explain myself better. But go back to Arlis.
Bye.
Go back to Arlis. Get back to Arlis.
Owe me coffee. Anyway, so while there, she did come across the Stanford Memorial Church that was just a few minutes from her home. Literally, like walking distance. And Arlis was incredibly shocked. She had never seen something so beautiful because at home, yeah, the churches were big and stuff, but this is like a freaking cathedral. Like tenía pinches like
nothing that she had seen before.
Yes, like windows that are stained, like todo eso, like tall and all of that stuff. Yeah, it is very beautiful. So eventually Arlis did get a job as well while at Stanford, and she was a receptionist at a local law firm. Mm-hmm. So she was still able to make sure that she would go to the church often, and she would walk over there solamente so that she could just take in the church. Like, she wanted to look at it, and she would walk around and look at all of the stuff that was up and kind of take in how beautiful the church is. Her letter that she would now send back home started to become less and less.
Sorry. Okay. It says deja vu and neurological conditions. You ready? Temporal lobe seizures, which originate in the part of the brain that stores memories, can manifest as feelings of deja vu. Bam. I knew I got that from somewhere. It says, while deja vu is a common and usually harmless experience, it can sometimes be a symptom of certain neurological conditions, particularly temporal lobe epilepsy. Okay, I don't think that one.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, see, but it was something related to, I know I had heard something about like a mini stroke or in your temporal lobe apparently, but it's non-consequential, harmless. Proceed.
Any whore.
So she would go into the church to kind of just take in
Just
the beauty of it.
And she was looking at it kind of like, oh,
and
wow.
I guess it was a place that she just felt like
a little bit more at home.
She could take a little
too.
bit like a deep breath and be like, wow.
Yeah, and a little bit more at home because
it reminded her of home.
Yeah, of home. And because at home se la pasaba en la church, right? Mm-hmm. So now the letters that she would send back home started to become less and less sad and a little bit less stressful and more exciting that she had found a church.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, maybe I can go over there and I can become a member.
And she can make friends.
All of it. Mm-hmm. On the night of October the 12th of 1974, there was a lot going on campus. There was a football game with the rival of the school, UCLA, and there's a lot of students at the campus. Everyone was excited and just kind of like there was parties everywhere. There was pre-parties, pre-gaming, que no sé qué, la madre, right? But, to them, Bruce and Arlis, that was just a regular night for them. They're like, whatever, we don't care. They didn't care about football. They were just more focused on studying and all of that. Arlis and Bruce, they didn't want, like I said, they weren't going to join.
Right.
In the festivities. So Bruce was going to study and Arlis decided that she was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little restless. I think I need to take a walk. Como que se sentía como que she was overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. So this was not
uncommon
occurrence. Pero this time Bruce le dijo, you know what? I'll go with you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so with everything going on in campus, dijo él, bueno, no quiero que se vaya a ir sola and something might happen. Mm-hmm. So he saw it also as an opportunity to kind of like spend time with her. Porque, I mean, they were always
he was
working,
always busy,
studying, whatever it was. And get some fresh air. Mm-hmm. So also she was going to drop off some letters that she had written back
to her
home.
family. Mm-hmm.
So while on their walk, they were talking, just kind of like chit-chatting back and forth. And at one point, for some reason, they started to talk about the tire of one of their cars, que le faltaba aire, like it needed air in the tire. And then they started arguing about whose responsibility was it to put the air in the tire, right? Obviously, it's just kind of like one of those...
Just something like conversation that you have.
Or whatever. But the argument started to escalate.
Oh, shit.
And she tells Bruce, you know what? I need some time away from you.
Yeah.
I need some space. I'm going to go to church to pray. Or to, kind of go to church. Take a breather. Yeah. And I need to stay away from you.
I'll meet you later. Or I'll see you later.
So they were close by the church now. And so then she had been going so many times. So Bruce said, okay, fine. Y Bruce se regresó al apartment. Y Arlis went on to the church. So he walked back to his apartment. Now, Arlis gets to the church at around 11:50. And the only reason we know this is because two people that are worshiping there actually walked out of the church y la miraron.
As she was walking
in. Okay. It wasn't uncommon to see people at that time. Pero,
that's what I was about to say.
Pero the thing is, it was 11:50 and the church closed in 10 minutes.
So cerraba las 12.
So I'm not sure, or there's no record of knowing if Arlis knew this or not. Pero ella iba a la church.
Pero I don't think she had ever gone that late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming. But I think this case is starting to sound familiar, I think.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So they were leaving and they did confirm that
she showed up. That she showed up. Yeah.
And they saw her kneel down in the first two rows of one of the
pews?
sides. Yeah, on one of the sides. So she knelt down and she was praying. So the worshipers, they didn't see nothing. But at the same time when they were leaving, there was another man that also entered the church.
Okay.
And this was a young man in his early 20s. And he was in the maybe medium built. And he had blonde hair. And he was wearing a short-sleeved blue shirt.
Okay.
Nothing was odd. Once again, they probably thought they were together. It could have been so many things. And the worshipers...
Se fueron.
Mm-hmm. So at 12:10, Stephen Crawford, the church security, came and he was like, hey...
At what time, I'm sorry?
At 12:10.
Okay.
So 10 minutes after it should
church
be closed.
Yeah.
So he yells, hey, I'm about to close the church. Is there anybody in here? No hay nadie.
Nadie contestó, nadie
dijo nada. He says he looked in there, que no había nadie. So he closed the doors y ya. So he said he did call a few times y que nadie le contestó. He was saying, hey, I'm about to lock the door. Like, hello.
Yeah.
Nada. No one responded, so he turned off the lights and he locks the door. And he started to make his rounds around the campus porque he was like the security de la church y of the area. At this point, now it's about 20 minutes that Bruce is like, oh, shit. Okay, so... Now he knows that the church is closed. Mm-hmm. And now he started to get concerned.
Or like, she's like, where's Arlis?
Because, yeah, where's Arlis? So,
and it's not even that. Like, yeah, where is she? But it's fucking late.
Yeah, it's late. It's 12, midnight. And he walked over to the church and he said, maybe, me la encuentro o algo. But no, the church was locked up y no había nadie. So then he did start to look around and he started asking people, hey, have you seen this person, blah, blah, or she looks like this, and nobody had seen her. He said he walked back to his home, to his apartment, because he was like, maybe I missed her or something like that.
O a lo mejor ahí va a estar cuando regrese. Yeah.
So he walked back to his apartment and no, she wasn't there. So Bruce said that he figured that she might have wandered off, or maybe le llamó la atención something else or whatever, or she, how she wanted to make friends. So she got distracted. I don't know. So he's like, well, maybe, I need to give it some time. So he decided to wait a little bit longer and see if she returned. So around 2 a.m., Stephen Crawford, again, the security, says that he did his second round because he would go patrol the campus y lo regresaba a checar la church de nuevo. So while patrolling the church, he said he did another walkthrough, and those do require him que abra la puerta, se meta y todo eso.
Okay.
Yeah. So he said he went inside the church and he made sure that the doors were locked and that que no había nada, everything was in place. So he claims that everything was normal, like I said, and then he leaves the church and he starts to do the rounds on the, campus again.
Yeah.
Now, by this time, it's 3 a.m. and Bruce still hasn't heard from his wife.
Yikes.
So now he's like, okay, I have to call the police. So he calls the police, and he tells the dispatcher, I think that my wife might have fell asleep inside the church.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm pretty sure she's in there. She has to be in there. There's no way that she's not in there. Now he's saying she's locked in there.
That's what he's
saying. Yeah. He was just adamant that she was inside the church. So officers go out to the church and they start looking around and they knock and they try to listen. Y nada, no había noise, nothing. There was no. So he claims that everything.
De que ella estaba ahí, dentro de la iglesia.
Sí. Y ahora the officers go out to the church y no hay nada. Like there's nothing there. Like, Mr. Bruce, no hay nadie. So they leave. At 5:45 a.m., the security guard does his last check at the church. So they basically they go back and tell Bruce que no había nadie, right? So at 5:45, como te digo, the security guard is like, okay, I'm doing my last check, ya me voy a regresar para la casa, whatever. And at this point, he sees that one of the side doors was busted open.
Oh, shit.
So then he's like, that's weird because it wasn't like that before. So he goes over to look inside, a ver qué pedo. He calls out. Nobody's there. Nobody's answering. So he's like, let me go inside. A ver, maybe they're inside still. So he goes inside and he looks around and there's nothing broken. Nothing
seems to be in order, pues, right?
Yeah, everything seemed to be in order. And there wasn't any movement. So when he goes to the front of the church is when he finds the body of Arlis. Okay?
Yeah.
So Arlis was at the same spot where she was last seen kneeling to pray.
Cuando los worshipers, the last people,
yes,
when they left, pues,
so
la toparon.
Yeah, he contacted the police and his supervisor. When he did, he called out on like the radio. There's a stiff here. That's what he said.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he said there's a stiff out here. Another overdose. So he thought it was somebody had overdosed or something.
Damn, man, that's a common occurrence?
Apparently.
Damn, bitch, in church? Fuck.
Maybe not at the church, but I don't know. So Arlis was laying on her back.
Oh.
And I'm going to give details of how she was. So I'm letting you know that it's not pretty. So if you need
it's a little graphic, I'm sure.
It's a little graphic. So because of course, out here in this nasty ass world that we live in,
even back then.
Yeah. So if you need to skip over, then
skip how many? A minute?
Not even.
Okay. So, just say a minute.
No, skip over. Just cover your ears.
For how long?
For a little bit. So Arlis was laying down on her back and she's unclothed from her waist down. And her pants had been draped over her legs. They had been put in a shape of in a diamond shape. And her shirt had been ripped open. And one of the candles, a white candle from the altar, had been placed between her breast. And her arms were crossed over her chest, holding the candle.
That's fucked.
Now, near her neck, this is what actually killed Arlis. There was a ice pick. sticking out from the back of her ear, but it was missing the handle.
Damn.
And the ice pick handle was not anywhere around. Another thing is that she had a 24-inch white candle, also from the altar, that had been placed inside of her private area, and it was still there. Her legs were placed in a diamond shape, also, as if someone had taken their time to arrange her in that way.
Yeah.
So there was also a kneeling pillow next to Arlis with what appeared to be semen on it. Now, when detectives started to look around the church, they found that the door that was opened, it actually had gotten busted open from the inside of the church. Whoever had done this to Arlis had been locked inside of her. Inside of the church with her.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And they forced themselves out after they murdered her. Now, investigators went to go tell Bruce what they had found, because obviously Bruce is calling.
And had been looking for her.
And had been looking for her. And when Bruce came to the door, he was covered in blood.
What?
Yes.
Say that again?
So Bruce was covered in blood when he came to the door. So the investigators were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, dude, you were fine when we saw you.
We just saw you. What's going on? So he's like, he tells the police that the reason that he gets that is because his nose starts bleeding whenever he's stressed out.
That's what he said.
Pero que no se había estado, like, that's what he said, pero que no se había dado cuenta that he had all that blood on his shirt.
Okay.
But the investigators are like, bruh.
Really?
We just found your dead wife.
It was just suspicious,
Yeah. So they're like, let's go, buddy. Nos vamos a ir a la...
We need to talk.
We need to take a ride.
Yeah.
Downtown is what they say. I don't know if that's what they say.
No, I don't... Oh, maybe you just made something up.
Probably did. So then he just said, no, I just have bad nosebleeds. And he's like,
okay.
Yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm. So the police obviously did not believe him. So they took him in for questioning. And the questioning went on for about 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So at this point, they're giving Bruce any scenario that could make it seem like he's the one that killed his wife.
Right.
Kind of like being like, were you embarrassed of her? Were you mad at her?
They were just throwing stuff at him. Yeah.
I even heard
to see what stuck.
Yeah, I even heard somebody say that he was mad because she was pregnant or that she wanted to have a baby. It was like some
rumors or something. Yeah.
He was like, I'm not going to admit to something that I did not do. I had nothing to do with what happened to my wife.
I was looking for her. I was worried for her. Yeah.
And they're like, no, this had to have been a crime of passion. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So Bruce says, no, yo no tuve nada que ver. It wasn't me. They keep insisting that he might have done something to his wife or that he had something to do with it. And then, of course, they didn't believe him until they took a sample of the blood that was on his shirt and they were able to verify that it was not Arlis's blood.
It was his.
They also did apparently they found a candle that was white, another white candle que tenía un palm print. Mm-hmm. So this palm print was on this candle that they found on the floor.
Right.
So they were thinking this has to be the murder.
Yeah.
Right? Because the murderer had touched the other candles
that were on her body también.
Yeah, exactly. And so they were like, okay, so you have to be the one that's on this candle palm print thing. And no, it was not him. Mm-hmm. They were able to clear him from that.
Yeah.
And also he did pass a polygraph test. Now, remember in the 70s, the polygraph test, it was like, that's it. Porque they didn't have any other.
Back in the day. Yeah.
In the day, yeah. So he passed it. So he was
cleared as a suspect.
So the police thought that it was at this point a random act. Like, what happened to this girl?
Yeah.
She's just sitting there
and
at
it's
church.
So sad. Like, and you wouldn't think that would happen to somebody in a church. And that's where she spent a lot of her time, Time.
Yeah. So they started to investigate offenders that were in the area.
Right.
So they checked more than 100 people and no one matched the palm print that they were saying
belonged to the killer. Yeah.
They were like, there's nobody that is in the area that would have killed somebody. Like, there was nothing que digas tú, oh, this happened because so-and-so. Like, kind of como se le llama cuando están killing more than one person.
Serial killer?
A serial killer or something like that. Yeah. So Arlis' death was said to be around 12 midnight, right? Now, this right here is when the investigator started to say that maybe the security guard had something else to do with it,
because he was in the area.
So they were like, we need to look more further into him. So at this time of death, if it was midnight, then if that's the case, if he was doing the inspections like he said he was supposed to be doing, then he would have either stumbled upon somebody, seen the body before he actually saw it. So did he actually see the killer? Maybe he saw somebody walk out, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he insisted that he had done his job thoroughly and that
he locked the doors
and left. And he took a polygraph test. Not the polygraph, the polygraph test, and he passed.
Okay.
They also tested the palm of the candle. Tampoco fue él. No. So they cleared him. The investigators cleared him. The other person that could have been, or that could have had access to the church at the time was the dean of the church. Pero también he took a polygraph test y también, and he was not a match of the palm. So then, he was also cleared. Arlis' family finally got informed.
It's so sad.
The news that...
And she was 19?
19. Of the news, and they prepared to take her home. They were bringing her home. They were probably like, that's what happens when you go to California and shit, because, she left and she gets murdered.
Yeah.
And they were going to bury her there. So they were able to set up a memorial at the church where she was killed, which is kind of awkward, but at the same time,
it's a resting. I don't want to say it's a resting place, but that's where, how mucha gente, where somebody dies, dejan como un altar or they put flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
But
like a memorial. Yeah.
Well, maybe because she loved that church.
Maybe. I don't know. Pero fun fact, in the middle of the story, who does that? Me. That was also the same church that had the memorial for, ¿cómo se llamaba? El guy that was really smart, that was in the wheelchair. Oh my God, what was his name?
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, Stephen Hawking. So, fun fact, number 11,000.
Cool.
So, while they're there, nobody actually knew Arlis, dude. She had just gotten to the school.
She's trying to find her way.
So,
she's trying to make friends.
But people they actually went out for her. To support and stuff.
Yeah. And because who gets killed at church? I can't imagine,
Not only that, but
you're just an evil person. You're just evil if you kill somebody in general, but at a church, bitch.
Can we respect this shit?
Yeah.
Come on, man. So while they're at the church, not only did the students show up, como te digo, también, you remember that I told you that she had gotten a job at the law firm.
Yeah.
And while she was at the law firm, she did talk to a few people, so they went to go pay their respects también.
Right.
They found out that she had passed away. Pero one of the co-workers was a little bit weirded out because when Bruce se le acercó a introduce himself, she didn't know that was Bruce. She thought she had already met Bruce, right? So she said that that Friday, meaning the day before she had passed away or they had killed her, one of her coworkers said that she thought that she was actually seeing Bruce because esta Arlis was outside with the young man that had gone to see her.
On Friday.
Or a few days before, like Friday or Thursday. Whatever.
Okay.
This was Saturday. She figured there's a man standing out here with her. That must be her husband. So she was like, that's Bruce. Pero nunca se le...
No captó that when she actually met him, they're like, oh.
So she said that Arlis did go out to speak to the guy that I mentioned. Y que it seemed like it was a serious conversation because they were going back and forth and it lasted about 15 minutes.
Oh, shit.
And Arlis did come back and sat at her desk and she was just very quiet the rest of the day. And she was very
pensativa.
Seemed upset. Yeah. After this, the coworker, she's like, I need to tell police this about the young man.
Yeah.
So the young man was a blonde-haired young man.
Oh shit.
In his early 20s, athletic build, which is a similar description of the man that was seen walking into the church
after
Arlis by the worshipers, right?
Right. Yes.
But guess what? Police didn't care. They didn't do anything about it. They didn't even look into it. Even though there was two sightings of somebody that looked like
and that went in after her.
Yeah. So
at the church.
At the church. They didn't even look into it. Not only that, something else that was brought up to the police while they were there, another person said that they were walking in front of the church and that they did hear somebody that was making noise. And when the person said that they stopped and got closer to listen, like, what the hell is that? That the noise stopped. So then they were like, okay, so
it wasn't anything, I guess.
Away. Yeah. So by this time, Arlis's body did make it back to North Dakota and she was buried there. And her funeral service was taking place at the same church that she was married with Bruce. So the details of the murders like everything that I told you guys about cómo estaba y todo, that was not made public for a long time.
No, yeah.
But the police did reveal that the killer took 2 items that belonged to Arlis.
Okay.
But they did not make clear what they were. 2 weeks after her funeral, Estela, a grave marker that was on Arlis's grave, because as we know, they put a grave marker because the stone doesn't get there until much later.
Yeah.
So they put a marker so that you can know, hey, the
It's gonna
stone
be
goes
here,
here, right? So someone stole her grave marker
What the hell?
from the actual grave
where she was buried.
but it didn't take anybody else's. Only took hers.
And hers was a fresh,
Exactly.
it was
burial.
2 weeks. Yeah.
So this started bringing a little bit of suspicions on if the killer might have followed them or trying to send a message. Dude, that's fucking creepy. I would be scared.
Because from California to North Dakota, like, what the fuck?
Dakota. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So then years did go by. And in 1979, about 5 years after. So I don't know if you've heard or
1989, you said? 79.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you know who the son of Sam is.
Yes.
Okay. So but our listeners might not. So this guy is David Berkowitz. He actually sent a book about witchcraft and a handwritten note to the police in North Dakota. And the note said, Arlis Perry haunted, stalked, and followed to California, Stanford University.
What the hell?
So
I know there's a couple. He was based in New York, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So let me tell you who's the son of Sam is. So the son of Sam is a dude that went on a killing spree.
Not the dude.
The dude. He went on a killing spree on the summer of 1976 to July of 1977-ish. In New York, he killed 6 people and he wounded 9. In August of 1977, is that he said that his dog, his neighbor's dog, le dijo,
to do it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of documentary on him.
They said,
like on Netflix and stuff.
Which I didn't know this, but the reason he's the son of Sam was because I think that the dog's name was Samuel or somebody. It had something to do with the name of the dog. Y por eso dijo que he's the son of Sam. But anyway, the dog told him to kill people. So while he was in jail, he was sending all of these letters.
To
just mamadas, güey. Mamadas.
All over the place.
All over the place.
It just happened that he sent one regarding Arlis.
Arlis, yeah. And he was saying that he was involved in a satanic. Satanic. Why I say satanic? What the fuck? Satanic cult along with Manson y con Ted Bundy.
Ay.
And they were all a part of this cult and they were responsible for the killing of Arlis.
It's so weird that you bring up Manson. Sorry, I saw a picture of him earlier on my timeline, and I just it always ceases to amaze me how short he was. Like my height. He was like 5'3".
Yeah, he was little. Well, I don't know.
Haciendo mamadas and getting people to kill for him and shit. Like, bruh.
Porque
estaba así de grande.
Estaba así tamaño un Tylenol.
I remember when they caught him that he was inside a fucking a kitchen cabinet or algo así.
Yeah.
It was bien pendejo.
Bien pendejo.
Anyway,
so then, so he was sending all of this shit, and he did say that he didn't do it though. Él no la mató. Pero it was part of the cult, and that this is never proven, pero él dice, ¿verdad?
To be
so
truth.
He was just doing it to get attention because apparently around this time the murderers would get money off of their stories.
Okay.
If they were si se hacían famosos or whatever, les daban dinero. Pero that stopped because of him actually. Because andaba haciendo pinches mamadas. So.
Or you can profit of the crimes.
You can't profit. Yeah, exactly. So the other killers that he said were involved, they were like, I have anything to do with it. Ted said,
Not I.
I didn't have anything. Ted said, no, ma'am. I did not do it. So another thing was in 1987.
87?
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn. So it was pasó tiempo.
Pasó tiempo. So now we're going to go over to 1987, and a guy or a publisher by the name of, I wouldn't say publisher because whatever, Murray Terry publishes a book called The Ultimate Evil, and he had a theory about what happened to Arlis.
Okay, and this came out in 1989.
In 87.
87, okay, pardon, okay.
And there was a rumor that somebody made where she was from that Arlis had tried to reach out to a satanic cult.
What?
In the year before she moved to California. So in her hometown of Bismarck. According to Terry, the writer of this book, the cult had followed Arlis and killed her in a satanic ritual. And the person that went to visit her outside her job, that the guy with the blonde hair, was a member of that cult. This has never been proven. Nothing. This is just like speculations.
Right.
Exactly.
So, Terry, shut up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Years have passed, and all of the details of the murders have now been released. So, okay, now you're starting to say that she was killed like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because of that. Pero
how come you didn't say anything before?
Exactly, porque he didn't know. Right. I mean, obviously, a lot of the things that the way that she was set up, it did seem like cult. Pero like I said, like you said, ¿por qué no dijo antes? You know, why now? You know, why wait all these years? So the rumor about her reaching out to the cult eventually was confirmed.
What?
It was confirmed by her parents. Arlis' parents said that it is customary as a missionary or as missionary folk
I see.
that it is their duty to convert the non-believers to save their souls for the church, right? And there was a church close to Bismarck that maybe she could have visited that was confirmed to be satanic, and they did cult things. It was called the Process Church of Final Judgment. And they were known to perform some weird shit. And it was said that by Arlis' parents that it could have been a possibility that Arlis did reach out to the church and try to convert some of the members.
Right. But not in the way that because she was trying to join the cult.
Exactly. Yeah. She was trying to convert
Which is the way that it was being presented, it sounds like, by this
Terry guy. So the FBI had a profile and they're like, no, we don't think this is true. Whoever did this had to have been, and they had their specifics. They had to have.
Well, yeah, because by the time it was it's late 80s, so yeah, like
exactly. So it was
profiling was already kind of like a
young male. It was a loner, possible in the military.
You guys are dumb. You guys had that fucking tip from the coworker. Yeah. You guys are fucking stupid and not like going after it or looking into it.
But once again, we go back to the same thing. Is it because it was the 70s? Like,
it doesn't matter. Right? It's still a murder.
I'm just saying. So they were sure that this was the murder. Like FBI was like, we're not looking into anything else. So Arlis was brought up again when two women did die at Stanford again, but it was totally different. It had nothing to do with it. But her name was brought up because she had died too. Investigators even spoke to Ted Bundy himself, bitch, and he denied. He said, "I had nothing to do with that shit. Like I ate people. I done all kinds of other shit."
No, I think that's Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, my bad. I killed people in college también. Pero it wasn't me. Sorry, I didn't mean to say
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Hey, my bad.
Not my bad to Ted Bundy, bitch. My bad to the misinformation.
So I had seen, like, when you mentioned side note when you mentioned this whole thing about
Charles Manson.
Yeah, that you had seen a picture of him y que parece pendejo. I saw someone.
No parece.
No, está. I saw.
¿Ya se murió, no?
Sí, se murió, and nobody wanted to pick up his body. But anyway, so I saw this thing. I don't remember where. And they were like, "Oh, this is Ted Bundy's signature," and they had it like in a museum.
Ew.
Like, why? Why are you doing this? This man killed innocent people, innocent women.
Little girls too.
Little girls, like what the fuck? Y lo tenían así y que aquí estaba la pinche.
There's a murder museum I wanted to go to.
Me too. Where it's I want to go. But anyway, that's beside the point. And he even gave an alibi, bitch. He said that he wasn't around the time that David Berkowitz or whatever said that he was. Y que he was lying.
Oh, pussy.
Don't say those bad things.
He was like, I'll own up to what I did and I did not do this.
So now we're in 2016. So years have passed by.
Yeah.
Years. And
decades, bitch.
65-year-old Brian McCracken claimed that he was walking by the church when he heard music that was coming from the church again. And when he got closer and he managed to look inside the church, he saw a white male wearing a light color afro. Don't ask. And he recognized the person as a member of the marching band. And he saw that there was a woman lying at the altar surrounded by candles. He did tell them who the man was, and the police did go speak to him. And he said that, he played the flute, but that he had been to church, but that he was not the person that did anything to Arlis. Mm-hmm. So how the fuck do you have this whole ass story and don't go to the cops if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about?
A lot of people do that.
Like, well, I mean, sometimes it could be good information.
They think they're trying to Or
help.
they think that they're trying to, they think that they're being helpful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not the man that was wearing the light color afro and playing the flute.
Hey, it could be anybody.
True. After this, the same year,
In 2016,
as we know, DNA got a lot more advanced.
Of course.
And so they started running DNA again from the scene.
From the case.
From the case. So like the stuff that was found on the pillow.
Oh, yeah, the candle.
The candle and
the other candle with the palm print.
The palm print, all of that. Okay. And some DNA that was found on the jeans de Arlis.
Okay.
And they did run it against everybody that they had gotten their DNA from.
Back in the day?
And no.
Nothing.
There was no one was identified until 2 years later.
2018?
2018.
Mm-hmm.
They finally got a hit.
Wow. Were any of her family members still alive?
I'm going to go into that right now. Cool. So in 2018, there was a hit from the DNA that they reran, and it came from the security guard.
Pinche asqueroso.
Stephen Crawford. He is now 72 years old in 2018.
It don't matter.
And he's a veteran. The FBI was right about that. They were looking for a veteran of the Air Force. So he worked at the DPS in 1979 before that. And then after that, he became an officer. So you know how I told you that he had said, oh, there's a still and that there was another overdose? Mm-hmm. Well, that was because he was a cop. So I guess he was doing cop jargon or cop talk or whatever.
Oh, the stiff or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's true or not.
So he didn't become a veteran until afterward?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the police, when he was in the force, they laid him off from the force because a new chief of police decided that they were going to downsize the force or the department.
Wait, is he a police officer or he was a veteran?
No, first he was a police officer.
Okay.
And so they downsized the actual force by 75%.
Oh, goddamn.
And it was time for him to go.
So along with a whole bunch of others.
Exactly. And they offered him, okay, so you go and you can have the security job. That's what
he was like, well, I need a job, so.
And he was very upset about
He was
this.
angry.
Not upset, angry.
Okay.
About being laid off and
just being you're like knocked down the totem pole to just like a security guard.
Exactly. And so
Not that there's anything wrong with being a security guard.
Hey,
job's a job.
Top flight security, man. And so then he gets laid off, and then he's
mad at the world and shit.
Mad at the world. And 2 years later, after Arlis's murder, he did quit his job or whatever he did. The reason that he had to leave was because he was found with a false diploma from the university that he had made himself. Not only that, but they also found out that he had stolen about 300 items from the school and students.
So he quit his job before he got found out?
No. They found out and then they made him quit, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So this motherfucker had books, like pinches pictures, like just some random ass shit.
Like klepto or something? Why are you stealing random shit?
I don't know, pero random ass shit. Y luego, I guess they interviewed his wife, y dijo que the wife le decía que he just had like books and all kinds of shit. Like,
she was like, ¿de dónde está saliendo todo esto?
Yeah.
Like, what?
What the fuck? Y entonces they suspended him for 6 months and then they gave him 2 years probation. So then él se mudó de allí and he left to San Jose, California. Right? So until then, he had been quiet. Pero on June the 20th of 2018, the police came over to Stephen's apartment. Mm-hmm. By this time, they already knew for sure that he was the killer of Arlis. Mm-hmm. When they knocked on the door for Stephen, he told them to give him a moment. Because he was going to put on clothes. Oh. After that, he was taking a little bit too long for the officers. They had a key that they had gotten from the apartment complex. So they go inside. And they find Stephen sitting on his bed, now 72, and he has a gun. And so the police is like, whoa, shit, he's about to shoot at us. So they back out of the apartment thinking that he was going to shoot at them. But no, he instead turned the gun and shot himself in the mouth.
Pinche cobarde.
Desgraciado.
Puerco asqueroso.
And when they got back into the apartment and they were like, oh, pues se mateó a la verga, pues ya que chingados. They searched the apartment and they did find a copy of the Murray Terry book, the one we talk about that.
Yeah, it came out in 87.
And a note that he actually wrote in 2016. It was just a whole bunch of scribbles. So it seemed like he was preparing desde 2016, cuando empezaron to reopen the case y todo eso, to start writing se iba a matar, pues. Pero como they didn't call him in.
Pues.
Yeah. Y como they didn't call him in, pues he didn't.
He was like, me salvé.
Me salvé.
Pero la va a guardar.
La guardó y la sacó en 2018.
He knew his day was coming.
Yeah. Pero he never mentions anything about Arlis.
He wouldn't.
So it seemed like he was just getting ready and he knew that he was going to kill himself. So there's never been an explanation of why Arlis died.
And if she was the only victim.
Yeah. And if she was the only victim. Arlis's dad passed away 3 months prior to finding out. Yeah, so él no supo qué le pasó a su niña. But her mom was 88 at the time, and she did get some closure from knowing who it was.
And her siblings, too?
And her siblings.
And now, Bruce.
And as of Bruce, so Bruce went on. Now, Bruce, he's the bad bitch of the story. He got his doctorate. He became a children mental health expert and neurosurgeon.
Wow.
He is a senior member of, I don't know, something children or whatever. Like, he did so many things. He even wrote 3 books, and one of them he wrote it with Oprah.
La
verga. He doesn't publicly talk about Arlis, and it's understandable why.
Yeah.
Pero he went on to live a really good life.
He went to live his life for her too. Like,
exactly.
Like, I'm going to do this for both of us.
He remarried, of course, and he was 19, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? And then not only that, but I think he's like the senior member of I don't know what in the health. I don't know. Like don't
he's
get
up
me wrong.
there.
He's up there, and he did really well for himself and for the, I guess, health community as well, because he was able to do a lot of research and learn a lot.
Yeah.
So that is the unfortunate story of Arlis Perry.
That's so sad.
Yeah, super
so
sad. 19-year-old.
Well, at least I'm glad that his one of her parents was still alive to at least find out that who killed their daughter.
Yeah,
I mean, el pendejo se
mató because, I mean, of course they are.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Pero pues.
So let us know what you think. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, you can at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And if you will, si te nace, if you want to download
si te nace del corazón.
Sí.
Si Dios quiere.
Échanos la mano.
Échanos la mano, because...
download our episodes,
please.
Share our podcast, rate us. Si quieres, pues.
Si te nace. No. If you want.
Si te nace.
Si te nace. O sea, if it comes from your insights.
From the heart.
From the hearts. We'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.